Ladies and gentlemen, just in case you live under a rock, it is Mason from the British MMA scene. I'm here in collaboration with Combat Evolved, and we're here to shoot some content with Will Currie, talking about all the things, the dark arts of MMA, and his aspirations to become a UFC World Champion. Be there. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'll keep it short and sweet. I'm here at one of the best gyms in the UK, and I'm here with one of the best fighters in the UK. It's Will Drago Currie. How are you, my man? You okay?
Good.
So walk me through it, man. Simple day in the life. It's a Wednesday. What does, let's say you wake up at 6. I don't know how early you're waking up. Maybe I'm totally missing the mark. No?
Yes, definitely missing.
Oh, wait, how late are we talking?
I'm not crazy late, but like, you know, about 10:30.
Yeah, fair enough.
I like to train late as well, so
yes,
I'm not an early riser.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So are you a 2 sessions a day type of guy, or?
It can vary. If I can do 3, if I can do 4, I'll do 4.
Yeah.
But if it's also one of those days where I'm feeling exhausted, I'm tired, it's more of a sleep nap, 3 times nap in a day, you know. So
yeah, I feel like sleep's important as well, man.
Yeah.
Like people pun intended, people sleep on it a little bit, so it's important. But as I was introducing you, I introduced you as Will Drago Currie. So aside from the obvious, the legendary Ivan Drago, why Drago? Was it that, or was that something
just a coach at the time. He
Yeah.
started calling me Drago, so I liked it. I liked the film. I think it's quite cool.
Yeah, of course.
So it stuck. You know?
Yeah, it has.
I'm not quite as big, but I'll take it, you know. Not quite as big physically as
No,
the
I'd say
actual
so,
original.
I'd say
He
so.
was huge.
He was
huge.
big. I mean, let's say you're just starting camp now.
Yeah.
What do you, I don't know if it's a rude question, but what do you walk around at, would you say? Because I know you fight at 185.
95, yeah.
And is that a pretty healthy cut for you, do you think?
I think that's just the sweet spot. I think any more would be miserable, the weight cut. It's already nasty, the weight cut. But if it was a case of being any smaller or heavier, I think I'd be going in the other tiers. You know,
Right.
too small, too big.
Yeah.
If I'm too big, it's great. It's just, can you do the weight cut? Some people can handle that weight cut better than others. Some people will die.
And some people would rather not do it as well, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people's first impression was you breaking onto the scene against Dario Belandi. Do you feel like that win's aged well? Because I see him now, he's become the champion, but even your ascent has been the exact same as well. Do you feel like you've rose accordingly to that? Do you feel like that win's aged well and it's a good representation?
It was 0 to 60 in a Bugatti Veyron in Cage Warriors, because I had 2 future champions in the first 2 fights with Dario and Christian. But yeah, it was good. You know, it was no warm up. It was just straight into the fire, and I got a lot of experience with Cage Warriors. And yeah, I mean, yeah, Dario's good. Dario's improved as well. They've all improved. You know, as long as you're consistent, you keep fighting with good people when you're regular, you're gonna get better. And Dario, he got better. So.
And this is why I bring it up as well, because a lot of your wins, and even the ones that haven't gone your way, have aged really well. We look at, my first introduction was obviously the Belandi fight, but then a lot of people's was your fights against Christian Leroy Duncan. First one, a lot of controversy. Second one, not so much. Was there many lessons that you took from that?
Well, the second one was a good fight, even still. He outlasted me. You know, I feel like I learned, you learn from every loss, every fight. Stanton, Jordan Santos on the Contender series, even the geography, because that's another thing, fighting in different locations. It's different in Vegas.
What was it that was specifically different? Like the heat? People talk about the Vegas heat, yeah?
There's no air, there's no trees.
No.
You know, if you start too fast, you're gonna get tired, very tired. And I felt that. I want to be more efficient this time when I go to Vegas again. Much more efficient, because the air, it's not the same. No. It's fighting in the Thames where I was used to.
Of course, yeah. It's nice here, isn't it?
Yeah, nice, very nice.
Today we've got the no-gi class on today. We've got it split into 2 levels. We've got the more professional guys over on this side of the mat, and then we've got the starters over this side. Today we're working on triangle defense. We're working on submission defense a lot at the minute, because a lot of guys have got MMA fights coming up. So I think submission defense is really important, because you've got a lot of good jiu-jitsu guys now out there. So Will's been training with us for about 2 years, but on and off. But he's been full-time for the last 6 months, and we've really seen a lot of progress in the last 6 months because we're really able to micromanage his game and make sure that we pay attention to every detail. Before, when he was coming in just every now and again, it was hard to keep on top of things, but now he's regular with us. It's really easy for us to micromanage his game, watch his sparring, watch what he's doing wrong, watch what he's doing right, and just make him an all-round better fighter. Will can go all the way. He's probably one of the best MMA grapplers I've ever come across. And if he can learn to put that into his game correctly, he's going to be unstoppable. He's great, mate. Like, he's really fitting in well. He's becoming a part of our family, and you know, it's a big thing to come from him.
And then we come full circle and we look at your recent fight at Cage Warriors 186 against Eli Aronov. When you talk about your A game, was that always the game plan, the very like aggressive wrestling and the quite chaotic striking? Because your striking, like, it definitely has a formula to you. But to some people, they'll see you land like an extremely heavy shot and then they'll see you throw the front kicks like you do, the axe kicks. Is that always your plan? Is that something you've always looked to add to your arsenal?
Well, my ground game's always been my bread and butter.
Yeah.
It's always been where I've had the most talent, where I've had, like, in the gym, the most high-level success. But I can strike. I'm an athletic guy. You know, I was trying to learn a few techniques that were missing in my arsenal. I've been learning with some great coaches here at B.S.T. I got a guy called Lee, he's my boxing coach, really, really good boxing coach. And even my MMA coaches, Danny and Ray, they've been really helping me, critique me in third person. So that is a game that I want to show and improve. But against Eli, he was just blitzing me. He was coming across the void. He was striking with a lot of combinations. He had a lot of speed. I was just there with the jab, even if it wasn't landing too much, just preoccupying as a distraction. And he kept working, getting more and more tired, which then set up that takedown.
Into the second round.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whereas against Jordan, I didn't even shoot the first round against Eli. Maybe once, maybe one shot, but I didn't continuously shoot.
Yeah, it wasn't like you were committed to it, yeah.
Exactly. So I just took my time more, and that paid off for me against him. He got tired. Basically, I got a good chin. He missed a lot of shots as well. Threw a lot, had a lot of volume, got tired, and then I started to take him down. And this is something I learned from the Jordan fight. That's what I did against Eli. I started slower and then put in my grappling later on.
So if we go back to your last fight and we're talking about UFC, let's talk about UFC brass. For your last fight, Mick Maynard was in attendance. And it's to my understanding that you guys had a conversation of some sort, some that is to remain undisclosed. Is there anything that stood out particular, what he said to you, like whether it be he's impressed by X, Y, Z?
All he said to me was, we'll get you back on the Contender series. I made a comment about the guy that I fought, which I'll keep to myself. And then after that, he said, we'll get you on the Contender series. And I just nodded, shook his hand, walked off. Just, that's it, you know? They told me I was back on the show. So it wasn't anything long-winded too much. It was just a little joke on my part.
Right.
And yeah, he said I was back on the show, made me very happy. And I got the opponent, In Su Hwang.
Yeah.
I believe that's how you say his name.
Something like that. Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's top #1 guy from South Korea. So
yeah, he's
champion on this Korean show.
And he's another guy that you're fighting that is considered top caliber. Like I say, you mentioned
South Korea.
You mentioned the mixed anthem fight. You've mentioned I've mentioned Christian Leroy Duncan. You've always fought top guys. Is that again something you're going to look to do in the UFC? I know there's a lot less places to go. Like, you're always fighting top guys, but a lot of people see it as a fight business. Sean O'Malley, he didn't start fighting ranked guys until he felt like he was paid accordingly. Is the money an issue to you, or are you saying yes to every fight?
It's just looking at the fight.
Yeah.
And understanding for your part of where you are in your career, is that the right fight or the best fight for you to get to where you want to get to? I'm still very young. I'm still 26. So if I'm told to fight, I'll do as I'm told. I'm a fighter at the end of the day. But there's no doubt about it. You have certain UFC matchmaking that is more favourable to one than another. So it's just whether or not you get that favourable matchups or you don't. If you don't, you don't. What are you going to say? I'm not fighting? You got to fight. But when you see those guys who you're like, I see him or I see him, I'm not going to mention. Then that's how the game is.
Yeah.
Certain guys are going to get built, other guys are going to be used to build other people. So I have to prove that I'm worthy of being built. If not, it is what it is. I'm ready to fight and die with the Spartan shield. So I know where I'm going. UFC is as elite as it gets. It's top level.
That's turned inside out. You're right. Yeah. Nose, is it just a nose? John.
One shot. But I said fuck it, didn't I?
Yeah, it was really good.
I said fuck it.
Yeah.
And in the clinch, he couldn't handle it.
No. But once
Inside
you started
fight.
to let it go with your punch, you was beautiful.
But open range, he was quick.
Yeah.
That's why he got the area.
Yeah, he's rangy. You got to push close to someone tall and rangy. Smother they were.
So I think Will's been here over a year now, I'm sure. He's been flickering in and out beforehand, but now he's sort of settled here and he's taken a lot on, a lot of different, he's getting a lot of different techniques and skills created and solidified everywhere, and it's been really good to watch. Yeah, so Will is, this is what I said to Will when he first came here. I said, look, I don't mean this in a bad way, but you're technically not very good. So think, you've got to the top of European MMA on just being a freak skilled athlete and having heart, you know? So imagine what he could do if he's getting to that level, which not a lot of guys will ever get to that level. If he's getting to that level now, imagine when he's got the technique behind him. I mean, it's scary to think. I think he can go all the way. I really do think Will can become a UFC world champion. He's young, he's in shape, he's dedicated, and he's got a lot of room to grow, you know? A lot of these guys get stuck in their ways where I don't think that with Will. I think he's always improving and yeah, always chipping away, you know, he's just keeping on.
How long has the UFC been the dream for? Has this been something that you knew you were going to achieve the second you started?
When I was 16,
Yeah.
I just started and I just never looked back. I never stopped. I just kept training. And yeah, I always was inspired by Conor McGregor on the start.
Of course,
He
yeah.
was the initial, holy shit, this guy's awesome. And then as time progressed, I got more into the sport. I started training with certain people and getting coached by certain people. And I just enjoyed the lifestyle and the way this shit is. So I enjoyed it. And then I've just sort of fallen into it, and it's just what I do now. So it's just a way of life. I couldn't imagine life any different at this point, 10 years in, you know?
Yeah.
It's just what it is for me. It's my world.
So, all being well, and we're speaking far ahead of time, if everything does go well on the Contender Series, are there specific people in the UFC that you're looking to fight as soon as possible, or?
We'll see when I get in there. Right now, it's just In Su Hwang, win this fight. My vision is all on him.
Yeah.
And when I'm in the UFC, in all seriousness, I'm just an employee of the UFC if I get into the UFC. You know, I'll do what they tell me to do. If they say fight X, I fight X. They say fight Y, I fight Y. I'll definitely have a matchup in mind. Maybe I'll say things at the time, but right now all I'm thinking about is In Su Hwang and thinking about beating him, because everything stops if I fail again. So I can't fail this time, and I've got to get the job done.
Nice. Okay, there we go. It's been BMS with Combat Evolved. We've been here with Will Currie. We're about to get a face-off done now. He's probably going to dehumanize me and not look at me at all. But here we go. Let's give it a go. Will Currie, let's wrap it up. Sweet. Oh, man, I feel uncomfortable now.
Oh, he's actually thinking I'm going to do a face-off. Oh, we're going to do a face-off.
Oh, okay. That was his face-off, man. Let's go.
This is very hard for me because I'm not used to this. I don't normally do this.
Check this out.
Oh, that's hard.
TKO, my man.